Alright, so we just made it into the last 16 of the Europa League after our round of 32 victory over Real Sociedad. And with 16 teams in the draw, there are lots of big names here. You got Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, Juventus, Lyon, Schalke as well, Spurs, Benfica, Wolfsburg, Zenit, Villarreal, loads and loads of big teams really. And in fact, whoever we get is going to be a really tough tie. I want this team though, CSM Poly Lassi, the Romanian side. I want them. They're the minnows of the competition. They're the ones I want. But let's find out who we're taking on in the second round of the Europa League. There we are, second tie. And we got Arsenal in the round of 16, and that is not the team I wanted to face. Let's complete the draw in the Romanian side. We'll be taking on Rangers, Glasgow Rangers in the round of 16. Chelsea vs Benfica, that'll be a cracker. And an all-German tie there with Dortmund vs Wolfsburg and Schalke vs Juventus. Arsenal in the second knockout round. I'll tell you what, that is going to be very, very tough indeed. Arsenal this season right now sat in 7th place in the Premier League. They're performing under expectations, but their side is still absolutely fantastic, and they'll definitely fancy their chances of taking us out over 2 legs. Arsenal in an all-English affair in the round of 16 Europa League. We are definitely underdogs for that, and we're going to have a real tough tie on our hands. Bring them on though. Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode 59, and today we're returning with 2 big games with our Bluebirds as we take on Sunderland away in the FA Cup 5th round and the first leg of that Europa League round of 16 clash home to Arsenal. Before we play the games though, show how Bluebirds be getting on off camera. And oh my goodness, it has been a crazy run of camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our 3-1 defeat away against Huddersfield Town, where Harry Maguire got his revenge and then slammed me in the post-match interview. And then, of course, our 4-0 victory over Blackburn Rovers in the FA Cup 4th round replay, and our 3-0 victory over Real Sociedad in the first leg of our Europa League round of 32 clash. I played 4 games off camera, 3 in the league, and the second leg of that Europa League first knockout round tie. And as you can see, 4 wins from 4, but it was very dramatic indeed. And we started with a 3-1 victory at home to Burnley back in the Premier League, where Pedro Antonio scored our opening goal. Very lucky one, deflecting off the post and off Butland's made it 1-0. But with 9 minutes to go, the drama that came in the final 10 minutes was crazy. Even Caballero connected with a lovely cross to make it 1-1 and put the Clarets back on level terms. And then 4 minutes later, he had the chance to win the game for the visitors. It was sent through 1-1, but Andre Onana made an incredible double save to prevent him from getting the winning goal. And then with a minute to go in normal time, Peleo Maria, our top scorer this season, the Golden Boot leader in the Premier League, comes up big, gives us the goal to win us the game. And then in stoppage time, a deflected Jason free kick was turned in by Kimpembe as we escaped with the 3 points right at the death. We could have had 0, and in the end we get the maximum, but just about. A crazy finish there. And following that, a 2-0 victory against Sociedad in the second leg of our Europa League round of 32 tie. Of course, we led the first leg 3-0. We felt as though we were going through, and we brushed them aside in the second leg as well for a 5-0 aggregate scoreline. Carl Zalenia, who scored in the first leg, lovely goal, made it 1-0. And then a minute after the restart, Ben Woodburn literally just came off the bench and scored a lovely goal to make it 2-0 to complete the routine victory. And of course, that's why we'll be taking on Arsenal, and the first leg comes today in the round of 16. And then following that, back-to-back wins in the Premier League. First, a 1-0 victory away at the Cottage against Fulham. Odriozola, the right-back, scoring his first goal of the season, turning in his own rebound after his first shot was saved by Rodak as he turned the rebound into the back of the net. And after that, the final game of camera, a thrilling 2-1 victory at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers, where Kelechi Iheanacho, the former Leicester and Manchester City striker, put the visitors in front. And with 30 minutes to go, we were still trailing by a goal. We couldn't break Wolves down. We couldn't find an equalising goal, but Vic Camarasa heads in an Alenya free kick. He's been so big for us this season. And then 10 minutes later, we complete the turnaround. James Ward-Prowse, an unlikely hero, off the bench rescues us, scores a lovely goal to give us the 3 points in a big turnaround victory and preserve our undefeated season at home this year, where we have not lost a single game in all competitions. So Cardiff beginning to feel the pressure now. As you can see, after those 3 wins in the league, we have now jumped up to 3rd place in the table, 6 points behind the league leaders Liverpool, 1 point behind United, and 2 clear of Chelsea in 4th. But all 3 of those teams in the top 4 do have a game in hand. behind. But as for City and Spurs, we played the same amount of games as City and won less than Spurs right now, and we're 6 points clear of City in 5th place. But it's still very tight. 10 games to go. It's still anyone's guess as to who finishes where. But for now, we're still in the top 4, and we're doing enough to cling on to a Champions League place. The pressure definitely starting to get to us though, you know, hanging on to a top 4 place right now. Those 3 Premier League wins, they were not convincing. They were not convincing one bit, and we definitely got away with them in pretty much every single game, really. But still, yeah, first game of today's episode is in the FA Cup 5th round as we take on Sunderland away at Stadium Light right now, starting the playoffs. No, just outside the playoffs, sorry, in the Championship right now. So we'll certainly fancy our chances, but away at Stadium Light won't be an easy game, and we'll see how we get on. And of course, the first leg against Arsenal to come in the Europa League, that is going to be a thrilling tie, and I really can't wait for it. So this is our team for the game now. We are going to make quite a few changes heading into the match with the Arsenal game coming in 4 days time, and this will be our lineup. 4-2-3-1 for the game, our tiki-taka system, and this is our lineup right now in the injury report. Carlos Alenya has gone down, not fit enough to play the game, but hopefully should come back in time for the first leg against Arsenal. And of course, Oscar Gonzalez is still out with that broken toe, and we won't see him today, and hopefully he'll come back for the second leg against Arsenal, but I'm not too sure. And this is our lineup today. We've got Henderson in goal, back for Ben Davis, Kimpembe, Holding, and Stefano with Ward-Prowse and McTominay through the middle. Attacking midfield trio, Sessegnon on the left, Jason on the right, and Player Maria now playing advanced playmaker for us today with Pedro Antonio up top. And on the bench, Onana, Matip, Odriozola, McKennie, Camarasa, Murphy, and Woodburn as well. First game, it's Sunderland away. Cannot afford a replay. We need to get the job done today. Come on, you Bluebirds. Don't forget, furthest we've got in the FA Cup so far in this series is the semi-finals. That was 2 years ago. As Sessegnon turns in his own rebound, and there is the breakthrough. You'd see by our lineup today, there are a few changes, but also a few starters out there, because I want to make sure we get the job done. I don't want to leave it to chance. And Ryan Sessegnon, only his 2nd goal of the season, does give us the lead. And I mentioned this before about Ryan Sessegnon. You know, he doesn't really score or assist that many goals, and it's quite disappointing as well for a player of his class, but he does come good every now and then, and there's a big goal. 1-0 Cardiff in front early. If we can go 2 goals up here past the half an hour mark, that would be fantastic. James Ward-Prowse's free kicks today looking very dangerous indeed as Paleo heads it just wide of the post. Still 1-0. If we can get a 2nd goal before the break, that would be fantastic. But we don't. That will do it for the first half. We have been pretty comfortable so far. So what I'm going to say to the boys at the break is quite simple. Don't get complacent out there. Don't get complacent. And I might take off Paleo Maria to make sure he doesn't get injured with the Thursday game in mind. So I think I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to bring on Ben Woodburn, who's come good this season, but mostly in the European games. But he does well for us, Woodburn, this year. And he's a nice little backup striker / attacking midfielder to have. So second half to begin, still 1-0. Taking off our star, but I think we'll be okay. Jason now on a booking. I see McTominay is also on a booking as well, as our captain swings in a corner to the far post. Woodburn heads on, and Sessegnon is offside, and the goal will not count. Still 1-0, and Sunderland is still breathing in this game. Ryan is definitely in an offside position, no doubt about that, as he heads it in basically on the goal line. Still 1-0. I want a 2nd goal and killing this contest off. 2 minutes to go. Sunderland hanging on in there. We have been the much better team today. The stats back that up. And 1 more goal and it's over. Murphy off the bench down left-hand side. Likes to step in field. And instead plays back towards Davies, who hangs a deep cross to far post. And Jason is arriving and is denied by the goalkeeper. How are we not leading by more than 1? 4 minutes of added time. And I'll tell you what, these are going to be 4 long minutes unless we can get a 2nd goal here, as Sunderland win it back and send it long to Sam Greenwood, not Mason Greenwood, who turns his man and plays it to Joyce, who's 1-on-1. Oh, I don't believe it. Sunderland won, Cardiff won. We're heading back to Wales for another replay in the FA Cup. I can't believe it. We've only got ourselves to blame. 21 shots, 10 on target, and 3 clear-cut chances with 64% possession. But we've failed to put this game to bed, and we've been punished. We're feeling the pressure. We are feeling the pressure right at the end of the season, and unless we can find a late winning goal, as we want a free kick and Sunderland are going down to 10 men, we'll change our mentality to very attacking, stop working more into the box, we'll go more direct in our play, run a defence, be more expressing our creative freedom as well. I can't believe it. We are just choking it. Jason's corner, whipped into the middle. Joel Matip's header off the crossbar. And Kimpembe picks up the loose ball. Jason gets another go to cross. In it goes. Headed clear again. Back to the captain. And it's headed away. And Sunderland will hang on and force a replay in Wales. And I'll fancy our chances back at home. But honestly, we do not need this. We do not need this. We've got some absolutely massive games to come in the next couple of weeks. And now we've got another replay to squeeze into our calendar as well. 1-1 the final score, only ourselves to blame, as Matip hits it out wide towards Stefano, who crosses and cleared, and that will do it. Holding, Murphy, crosses, clears, Ward-Prowse, oh! Blaze it into Rosed. Bobby Zamora's proud of that one. Oh, it's extra time. It's extra, what? I thought it was the quarterfinals when it was extra time. It's round of 16. Really? I could swear it was only the quarterfinals when it was a replay. But instead, actually, for this season, it's fifth round replays this time. Oh, well, I did not know that, and I suppose I really should have known that. So extra time is going to begin, and I'll say to the boys at half time, extra time here, as we're in the dressing room. I'm going to say to the boys here, we've been the better team here, because we have been. And if you keep doing what you're doing, we will be fine. We will be okay. But I'll individually criticise Pedro Antonio on a 6.5 right now, and well, we can make a 4 sub, can't we? So let's consider bringing on Camarash, who comes good in big games for Ward-Prowse, but instead I think I'll just leave it for now. Extra time to begin, and I'll fancy our chance in the extra time period, but we've missed so many chances, we shouldn't even be here. First chance of the extra time period falling to Cardiff as well, as Ward-Prowse hits that wide towards Stefano. The young Italian steps in field and goes for goal and hits it in to the bottom corner, and that's the way to start the extra time period. JWP hits it to our young Italian, and Stefano gets his second of the season. He hasn't scored a single goal for us in his career until this year. Now he's got 2, steps in field and just places it in off the inside of the post. 2-1 Cardiff, back in front. Another goal and it's game over. Lovely ball by Jason out wide towards Josh Murphy down left-hand side. In goes the cross. Pedro Antonio's there. God, we have missed chance after chance today. Right, let's go and make that 4th sub now as well. Jason's on the booking out there and getting quite tired. Going to bring on Vic Camarasa and play Ward-Prowse on the right-hand side. But I can't make any more subs. What? I swear you can make a 4th sub in extra time in the FA Cup. I swear you could do that. I'll tell you, I think I need some bedtime reading. I think I need to start reading the rule book for bedtime reading. I didn't know you could have 12 subs in the Champions League final. I thought the extra time period was only in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup and not the round before that. I thought you could make a 4th sub in extra time as well. I need to start reading the rule books, man, because I know what I'm doing. Anyway, we're going to be okay because that will do it. The full-time whistle sounds in the northeast, and Cardiff have just about managed to make it into the last 8. 2 on the final score over extra time. And I will say to the boys, well done lads, that was a good win for us. But once again, it was a game where we missed so many chances. 33 shots in the game, much more possession, 3 clear-cut chances, but we needed extra time to do it for us. We're into the last 8, but once again, not exactly a convincing win. And we have to do it against a 10-men side in the Championship as well. Not the most convincing of wins, and we are feeling the pressure right now in the final stages of the season. There are some big games to come, and we are not playing our best football at the moment, no way. And the draw has already been made as well. We've got Fulham in the 6th round of the FA Cup. That is, of course, the quarter-final stage. So yeah, there we go. There's 1 extra time sub after 3 in 90 and then 1 in the final 30. I tell you, I need to start reading the rule books more, man. You know, back in the day, I knew everything when it came down to European qualification and, you know, cup rules and all that sort of stuff. Nowadays, I know nothing. You know nothing, JC. Lol. I don't actually watch Game of Thrones, so I don't know what that means, but apparently it's Jon Snow. I don't know who that is or what it means. I don't know. Tell you what, we are cracking like a Brazil nut right now. We are really beginning to feel the pressure. And again, with such big games to come as well. And also, one thing I want to point out too is that in our final Premier League run-in, with 10 games to go, we might still be in the top 4. But when you look at the Premier League matches we've still got to come, we've got Manchester United at home, we've got Liverpool at home, we've got Arsenal away, we've got Chelsea, and we've got Spurs as well on the final day. What a game that's going to be. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. We've still got to face 5 of the top teams in the Premier League right now. United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs and Arsenal are still to come in our final 10. That is going to be so difficult to pick up points in those games, considering how much we struggle against the big teams in the save. And Chelsea have just beaten Swansea, our rivals, away in Wales as well, so they've now leapfrogged us in the table and gone back to 3rd place. Hanging on to a top 4 place is going to be so difficult, man. You know, we promised the OG that we would finish in a top 4 place or qualify with the Champions League by winning the Europa League this season, 1 and 2. Doing that is going to be so difficult with the run of fixtures we've got to come as well. I think in the other 5, not against the top teams, well, we've got Swansea away, Aston Villa away, Stoke at home, Southampton away, and Bournemouth away as well. And some of those are tricky tests too. I think we've got to win every single game. 15 points possible from those fixtures. I think we've got to get the maximum. I think we've got to win every single one of those games if we are going to stay in the top 4. Otherwise, I think we will drop out of it. So this is it. First leg of our Europa League last 16 tie at home to Arsenal. And the nerves right now ahead of kickoff. I mean, seriously, you could cut the tension with a knife in the tunnel as we prepare to take on the Gunners, who we have an abysmal record against in the save. And heading into the game, we are going to play the 4-2-2-2 Gegenpress system. 4-4-2 diamond narrow Gegenpress system that we've been using quite a lot throughout the course of this save. And I think one last minute alteration too. I'm going to put Henderson in for Onana after his back-to-back clean sheets ahead against Real Sociedad in the last round. So this will be our team for the game. Henderson is going to be in goal. Our ladder back four are Goncalves, Kimpembe, Jordi and Odriozola, our best back four. Our midfield quad is Camrasa playing deep, Ward-Prowse and McKennie in the middle, and then Alenya supporting Maria and Ben Woodburn up top, because Woodburn this season has been very good in the Europa League. In fact, he's one of the top scorers in the Europa League this year with 8 goals in 13. So he alongside Maria is going to be an interesting partnership. And on the bench, Onana, Holding, Stefano, McTominay, Sessegnon, Jason, and Pedro Antonio as well. So second and final game, it's the first leg. It's Arsenal at home. What a massive clash. Come on, you Bluebirds. Can't afford to concede too many goals tonight. So I'm going to be passionate in the dressing room and say to the boys, ooh, I tell you what, I'm going to say I expect a good result from this first leg. So go out there and grab a win. And that did nothing. It's always like really concerning, isn't it? When you got a big game and you do a passionate team talk as well and nobody responds positively, but individually, all the boys are raring to go. I can't overstate how big this first leg is, man. Because if Arsenal score a couple of goals tonight, I think the tie's already done heading back to London. Because they'll score at the Emirates once or twice, you know that for sure. And I don't see our chance of, I don't think we've got much chance of scoring more than once away at the Emirates as well. So we've got to stay tight defensively tonight and hopefully get a goal as well. I think I'd take this result as well, heading back to London too. 0-0, you know, no away goals getting scored. I'd give us a chance of scoring at least once away in London. And right now it's still 0-0. I think I'd take this. You know, I said stay tight defensively. We're dominating possession. And right now we're doing okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, not straight away. Not just as I say that. Oh, for goodness sake, right before halftime. Referee, where has that extra minute come from? Milinkovic-Savic fires home. I'm in the 4th official's ear right now saying, where has that extra minute come from, lads? I know it's a minimum of 2 minutes of additional time, but seriously, get us into the dressing room. It's fucking tipping it down. 1-0, Gunners in front, and that is a sucker punch heading in to half-time. Down by a goal. Jesus. Haven't lost a single game at home this season, and Arsenal might be the first team to beat us here in Wales. So I'm going to say to the boys calmly at the break, show me something else in the second half. You know, we didn't create any chances whatsoever. Ben Woodburn, who I talked about pre-game, is on a 6.6 out there. Not good enough. And that is a real sucker punch, that. A real kick in the teeth. Right before half-time. Defended so well. And then we concede. Both our centre-backs on bookings as well. You know, I like the fact we've got a lot of the ball, but we're just not doing anything with it whatsoever. Here's a free kick for us. JWP floats one in. And Maria nods it past Leno, who got caught in no man's land. And Paleo, does he really dread playing in big matches? Well, yeah, obviously we've seen that throughout the course of the save, but in a big game here, he has come good. The captain of the night latches onto the cross. I don't know where Leno's going. In the words of Chris Smoove, give that guy a map. Where are you going? 1-1, Cardiff with the equaliser, Maria with a goal. Right, I'm going to take off Woodburn. He's really let us down tonight, and bring on Pedro Antonio to play alongside Paleo up top. And I'm tempted to bring on Jason and play him through the middle for Alenya, who's getting very tired out there. And I'm not against doing that, because again, we are phasing Jason into the centre of the pitch now in his later years. We're training to play central midfield, but he can sort of play in the advanced playmaker role as well, with the stats he's got. 80 minutes to go, still 1-1. Is there a late winner? Free kick for the Gunners. Torreira floats onto the far post. Oh, and Chiesa turns it in for a second away goal. And I gotta say, Henderson, I want to see that again, because he got a touch but couldn't keep it out. And I don't think the header had much power on it. Lucas Torreira, a lovely free kick to the far post. I mean, it's not exactly great goalkeeping, is it? If that's Onana, we are slagging him off left, right and centre. 2-1. Gunners restore their lead. All the goals today have come from free kicks. Right, so we're really switching things around now to see if we can find a late goal. Play Maria as a shadow striker to support Pedro Antonio up there as well. 4-2-3-1, very attacking. We may as well concede a third goal by chasing an equaliser, because we've already conceded twice tonight. At the end of the day, we need to score 2 goals at the Emirates to have any chance of going through. That's not going to happen. So unless we can score another goal tonight, this tie is over. Henderson sends it long, but it's cut out by the Gunners. And if they do get the third goal, then the tie is definitely over. Chiesa steps in field, rolls it through. Simeone, good stop by Henderson, keeps us in the tie, quite literally. Well, that is going to do it. It is a win for Arsenal. And our undefeated season at home has ended here at the hands of the Gunners. 2-1 the final score, and I'll say to the boys, I'm far from pleased with what I just saw from the team. That's motivated and fired them up, and I think we are out now. And for Woodburn, come on, man. I praised your pre-game. You've been one of the top scorers in the Europa League. Where were you tonight when we needed you, Ben? 2-1 the final score, and we need to score twice in Arsenal to have any chance of making it through now, and I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think we're going out of the Europa League. Arsenal will see us have our progress ended in the last 16. The board will not be happy. That'll be our second competition we get dumped out of early. They will not be happy one bit. And we are beginning to crack right at the end of the season. The pressure, the nerves, it's too much for us. But we're still in it, only just. But that was today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big fan of you, really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, please drop a like, so of course, very much appreciating the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and we will return with, I mean, we can't miss a second leg, can we? So we may as well just come straight back for the next 2 games. Manchester United at home in a big clash in the Premier League as we're clinging on with our fingernails to a top 4 place, and then Arsenal away in that second leg, where I'm pretty sure our European adventure will come to its end. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Bye now.